Hello, hi, hey, welcome to the 1,000 subscriber special questions and answers video. Yay! So I should just preface this video real quick, just by saying that I didn't get to all the questions posted in my Discord server. I do apologize for that. It was just in the concerns of time. I left the questions and answer channel open a little bit too long, and there was a ton of questions, and this video would have been very, very much longer if I added all the questions, so I do apologize about that. However, I hope the questions that I did choose to answer do satisfy you guys, and I also just want to quickly thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I know I haven't really been uploading at all recently, but I'm going to try to change that this year. No guarantees, obviously, because I'm going to mostly be focusing on YouTube, or sorry, not YouTube, Twitch and my art, but I will try to upload videos whenever I can. So, yeah, thank you for 1,000 subscribers, and I hope you enjoy the video. The idea of making a Touhou manga sounds like a very interesting thing that I would like to dive into, but I think my main focus is going to be with one-off comics, as well as the fan games I really want to focus all my time and attention into, as I think fan games and like games in general is a really awesome interactive way to tell a story, and that type of story would work very well with what I'd like to achieve with Gensokyo Blake Izayoi, as well as the headcanon story I'd like to tell of Gensokyo itself. But a manga would be really cool, I think, so I definitely got to think about that. You know, as a kid, I've always really wanted to do art. I think there's been a lot of inspirations for me in the terms of wanting to do art, but I guess there's three main reasons why I want to do art. The first and foremost reason would be for the fact that I know a lot of people like to consume art, if that makes sense. Like, they like looking at art. So I want to draw to make people happy. I want to draw cute things. I want to draw a lot of content for people to just be able to enjoy and be happy with. That's the main reason why I'm drawing art, is to make people happy and smile. The second reason is because I'm going to need to learn art in general for my game development roots that I would like to tackle. Because you can't really make a game without knowing how to make art, right? Nobody wants to see that programmer art. And I guess thirdly, the last reason is, maybe someday I could do art as some sort of job. I've already seen a little bit of that with the commissions I'm currently working on, because I'd like to support my mother and my family with art money, commission money. Because I think, I'd like to give my family, the life it deserves, because we've, not been the richest over the course of our time on this planet. So I'd definitely like to share some money with my family to make them happy. That's the third reason why I want the main inspiration for doing art. There's a lot of other inspirations that I have, but those are the three main ones. Favorite game is a pretty cliche question, I guess I'd say, but I'm still definitely happy to answer it. I'd say I'd have two favorite games. I'd say that are equal in the sense of, being on the top of my list. First one, this probably doesn't come as a shocker to anybody, but it would be Touhou 6 Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, because, that's the game that introduced Sakuya. Is just also in general my favorite Touhou game, just because I enjoy the characters a lot, the music and everything. I just love it. Like, every Touhou game, I enjoy every single Touhou game, except for one. I won't tell you guys what it is, but every other Touhou game I enjoy immensely. And the other favorite game I'd say I'd have would be Hatsune Miku Project Diva Megamix Plus, which is the most expansive version of the Project Diva series. But I guess I put the whole Project Diva franchise as my favorite game as well, just because that rhythm game has held quite a very strong grip on my heart ever since I've existed. Project Mirai DX for the 3DS was my first ever rhythm game, and I grew up with Miku and her music, so definitely Embodiment of Scarlet Devil and the entirety of the Project Diva series, I'd say, would be top on the list. Minecraft Let's Play. Soon, TM. Soon, TM. That is my response. More serious response is I hope to stream some Minecraft someday, or maybe even do a YouTube Let's Play. I've actually recently been going on a nostalgia trip for Minecraft. I'm currently playing 1.7.10, so, you know, soon. That's all I got to say. Soon. So what got me into Touhou was basically unmoderated internet access when I was a kid. So basically I was just browsing YouTube one day and I stumbled upon, you know, some Touhou videos. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And 2 years later, I kind of fell for Sakuya Izayoi, and it's really been that way ever since. And it'll be 12 years ago today that I found out about Touhou. I think it might have even been longer. I do know that it will be a decade this year that I've been in love with Sakuya with. But as for the terms of just knowing a Touhou in general, it's been 12 or more years. As for the first Touhou game I played, it was Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. And, you know, that game didn't influence my love for Sakuya. I actually played that game because of Sakuya, because I want to see her in the game, right? So this was quite a little bit after I found out about Touhou, because when I found out about Touhou, I didn't have a computer at the time. I really just had a mobile device and, you know, browsing YouTube on my PlayStation 3 at my father's. So it was a little bit until I got my first laptop, which I think was around in 2015, if I remember correctly, or it might have been 2016. I'm not too sure. But whenever I first got my laptop was the first time I played Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. And I've played quite a fair bit of the Touhou series thus far. So, yeah. Favorite type of cheese is quite an interesting question, mostly because I'm not really like a cheese guy. I mostly avoid cheese, but there are some cheeses on certain type of things that like I do enjoy, like, you know, a cheeseburger, obviously. I guess there's like 3 favorite cheeses I guess I'd say would be like my top. Mozzarella, definitely. I like Monterey Jack, I think that's how you pronounce it, and old cheddar, like aged cheddar, not like extra old, just old. I'd say those are my 3 top favorite cheeses. And then most other cheeses I actually just don't like. Like, I mean, Gouda's fine. Normal cheddar's fine. Extra old cheddar's fine. But most cheese I actually don't like. It's just specific types of cheese that I will eat and enjoy. So, as to what I identify as under the LGBTQ plus umbrella, I'm not actually 100% sure. The only idea that I have is that I would... Like, I mean, take Sakuya, for example. I would kiss her, 100% obviously. But I would also kiss her if she was a guy. Or I would also kiss her if she was non-binary. I would kiss Sakuya no matter what she identified as. So I'm not actually 100% sure what I am, to be honest. I've gone most of my life believing that I'm straight. But, you know, who knows? Honestly, I have no clue. Like, I have zero idea. So... I do apologize for not properly answering the question, but, you know. Any cool or cute headcanons, I do apologize. I can't really think of anything. Probably they might have tea together, but that's really the only thing I could think of. I unfortunately don't know too much about Yumeko from the PC98 era. I know that she's a maid, and I am 90% sure that is the reason why you would bring up her name. I do like her dress. The red dress is pretty cool, in contrast to Sakuya's blue dress. Of course, I like Sakuya's dress better, but, you know, Yumeko's design is pretty cool in itself, but I don't know anything about the character, so I can't really properly answer this question. On the topic of expanding my art into different art mediums, so what I want to do is I want to learn pixel art. That is something I've been wanting to learn for ages now, and I definitely have the opportunity to pursue myself into learning pixel art because I do need it for game development. It's absolutely necessary for what I want to do, but I thought it'd probably be most likely a better idea to learn traditional / digital art first, so I could potentially make out a job out of that to support some sort of game development. You know, it might be a pipe dream, but, you know, one can hope, right? And I think maybe 3D modeling, while something I don't think I'd use for game development, would be something to look into the future. I would say I enjoy chess, yes. I am not very good at chess, though, I will tell you that. I'm not horrible, but I'm nowhere near good whatsoever. It's a very, very, like, mind-intensive type of game, as you probably know. And I think if I had the free time to do anything in the world and guaranteed to, like, improve at it, I think chess would definitely be something, one of the things that I would potentially pick, because impressive chess plays are, like, just incredible. Just the thought that goes through winning a chess game is amazing. So my second favorite Touhou OST, and I assume you mean like an entire original soundtrack, as that's what OST stands for, would be Phantasmagoria of Flower View, because I do like Flowering Night, obviously. Very amazing theme, and I might be slightly biased in saying that, but Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, not only is it my favorite Touhou game, but it also has my favorite OST, so it edges out Phantasmagoria of Flower View, in my opinion. So, of course I like burgers. Burgers are one of my favorite foods, actually. Although I think since this is such a simple question, I can dive into, my favorite types of burgers. I like getting burgers from Harvey's and Wendy's a lot. Harvey's is a Canadian food chain, so you might not know of it. Of course you know of Wendy's, though. Definitely Dave's Triple from Wendy's, very delicious. I also like getting the Big Harv from Harvey's, which is like this huge, like, half-pound burger. So it's very delicious. And as for just burgers in general, I know there's some restaurants that do like a type of like promotion, and they have a melted mushroom Swiss cheeseburger. I really love those types of burgers. I don't get them often whatsoever. I don't even think I had one in 2023, but I love them. They are so delicious. So some of my favorite characters besides Sakuya, one of them would be Hatsune Miku. And as some of you may know, I used to go by Hatsune Blake online for the longest time, around 6 to 8 years total, before I had my epiphany about Sakuya back in 2023. And some lesser known characters that I'd say would be my favorites are, I really like Megurune Luka a lot. She's a very cool character. And that's really all I can name off the top of my head. You'll have to excuse me. Of course I like you guys. I like every single one of you. Every single one of the subscribers that are watching this video right now, or if you're not even a subscriber, you're just coming from my Discord, or you're coming from my Twitter, or you're coming from my Twitch, or you're just some way in my life. I appreciate you guys very much. Like, I can't stress enough just how much my life has changed over the course of the latter half of 2023, as well as the first month of 2024. You guys have genuinely changed my life so much for the better. I am genuinely appreciative of every single one of you that has come into my life and has, given me donations, has given me love, care, warmth, friendship, something I, never had growing up as a kid. So I love you guys. You guys are incredible. So, keep on being you. I appreciate you guys for being awesome and for supporting me. I hope that we may have many more wonderful years to come. My plan for the next 5 years isn't exactly a solid plan, but it's a plan. So what I want to do is I want to keep learning art and get better at art. And more specifically, I want to learn pixel art. I also really, really, really want to learn code, music production, and Japanese. Code is a no-brainer because I'm going to need it for game development. Music, I'm going to need it to remix Touhou songs for my fan games. I could pay somebody to do some remixes, and that most likely might happen for like maybe my first fan game or my second fan game, but at some point I need to learn music so I can do it myself. I want to become, I guess in the next 5 years, I basically want to become a Zun-like entity, just completely putting games out by myself, if that makes sense. Not like to the level that Zun is, because he is very good at what he does. I know in 5 years I won't have nearly as that much skill, but I want to get to a point where I am close, or not close, even just like within the ballpark of becoming a solo developer. That's probably the word I was looking for the start. Is I want to learn to become a solo developer with art, coding, and music all under my belt. And then Japanese, just so I can translate my games and also consume Japanese media. So, other than Sakuya and all my amazing fans for the reason why I keep going in life and why I also want to be successful and to spread joy and like happiness to the world, is my mother and my brother. Because growing up, and even now, we weren't in the best financial situation due to one reason or another. And I really want to give the life that my mom and my brother deserve with financial security and like happiness and hope and stuff like that. Like, I mean, our life is, not awful. Like, our life is actually pretty good considering what we have. But I want to make it better for them, because they deserve better. So I'm going to keep working hard to not only bring you guys happiness and joy and to bring you amazing content, not only to make Sakuya proud, but to give my mother and my brother the life that they deserve. I want to improve their lives because they have been an amazing part of mine. I want to give back to them in some sort of way. So the motivation behind why I'm such a kind person, as you have put it, this is probably going to be the longest answer in this video. There are a ton of factors that go into behind why I try to be a kind person to everybody, which is the first part of it is you go on the internet, you go on social media, look at the news, and you see something horrible has happened. And then you go to another post that's like not news related. You scroll down the comments and you see some awful, terrible person flinging a slur at somebody, some innocent person that did nothing wrong. And then you go in real life and you might even see something horrible. And you go on YouTube and it's just, there's so much awfulness, so much darkness and blight in this world that I want to bring a light to people that need it. Because it's so incredibly dark, especially if you don't know where to look, especially if you have some sort of mental illness like myself. So I want to bring the light to people, some sort of light, a beacon of hope for people to look at and say, there is still hope, that there are still good people in this world. Now, the second reason why is because my mom raised me right. She, just being with my experience from childhood, just growing up, my mother has definitely inspired me to be a kind person because of what she has gone through, what I've gone through, and the things I've seen her do has inspired me to do those same things towards people to help them. And then the final reason, and these are just like the three big ones. There's so many more reasons as to why I want to spread kindness. But the third reason is because I believe this is the type of person that Sakuya would want me to be. If Sakuya was here, if she was real and she was beside me, I think, would she be proud of the person that she sees, that she's looking at? And that is the third main reason why I try my best to be kind, why I try to be a good person. Because I want Sakuya, if she were real, I would want her to look at me and be proud of who I am, to be happy with who I am as a person. So those are the three main reasons why I want to be such a kind person, because people need kindness in their life. Lord knows there was not much kindness in my life when I was growing up, definitely going through school, stuff with my father. There's a lot of weight on my shoulders, and I want to try to lift that weight off of other people's shoulders so they don't experience the same type of pain and agony that I went through as a child and growing up as a teenager. Because I believe that everybody deserves to live a happy life, Nobody deserves to suffer. Nobody deserves to die. I think we all just need some sort of brightness in our lives to just hold on to and just believe. I want to give people hope, really. That's basically to sum it up, why I'm so kind to people. I think oversized accessories are quite silly and also quite funny. I do enjoy them, and they can, not only can they be used for like some sort of comedic effect, they can also be used like as a proper like design element of a character. Like just imagine somebody with huge comically oversized gloves. Well, I wouldn't say comically oversized, but just like huge massive like arm attachments that look like big fists. Like somebody that comes to mind, I think her name from, it's a cyberpunk anime. I forget what exactly it's called. I think her name's Rebecca, if I remember correctly. She had like a huge blue fist and a huge red fist. Stuff like that is like just, it's so cool. So I think oversized accessories are cool, and they can be used both for a comedic and like serious reasons. Yes, I can indeed make a grilled cheese, and not only can I make a grilled cheese, I can make a pretty dang good grilled cheese if I do say so myself. I also know how to make tuna melts. You guys should try tuna melts sometimes. They're very delicious, and it's just a small step up from making a grilled cheese. Basically, what you have to do is, you know, start the process of making a grilled cheese. Like, don't put it in the frying pan, but get like 2 buttered slices of bread, get a piece of cheese. What you got to do is you need like a can of tuna, like a flake tuna or chunk tuna or something like that. And then you take that tuna, you put it in a bowl, you put in some mayonnaise, you put some relish, you mix all that together. And then you put that over on top of the cheese. So it goes bread, cheese, tuna, bread. And then you put that in as if it were grilled cheese into the frying pan. Then you just cook it as a grilled cheese. Super delicious. I'd suggest you guys to try it one day. And it's super easy to cook too. So my favorite mainline Touhou game, I think this comes as not a shock to literally anybody. But my favorite mainline Touhou game is Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. You know, it's so simple. It's like a simple game compared to the future Touhou games. Not saying that the future Touhou games aren't also simple, but it's just, I don't know, I'm probably really biased in answering Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, considering the fact it's also my first Touhou game, but just there's something about it that just resonates with me. I like Geometry Dash. It's a really cool concept on, I don't know if you'd really call it a rhythm game, but it's a really cool concept on the rhythm game genre. And with the recent update that released, it's kind of like expanding out of being a rhythm game, because they have this whole platformer mode now, which is really cool. So Geometry Dash is awesome. Like 8 out of 10 game for me, although I don't really play it that much. So I have played Project Sekai. I used to play it quite a bit actually, but I think it's the same problem I really have with all mobile rhythm games, is that it feels so, like, there's so many elements that feel so shoehorned into it that don't belong. Like the gacha, for example. Like, why is there a gacha in a rhythm game? And the fact that you can get all perfects, like no misses at all on a chart, and still not get like an S, is so stupid. Just because like you don't have the, like, you know, most powerful quote unquote gacha characters equipped. I really do not like that type of ranking system. And I think that Project Diva died for Project Sekai. Like, Project Diva died for this, so I'm overall honestly pretty bitter about Project Sekai. And especially Project Sekai, like, I mean, vocally doesn't even feel like it, like, it feels like it takes a backseat when it comes to the characters. They feel like nothing burger characters inside the Project Sekai universe, if that makes sense. I don't know, like, I mean, the charts are good, but everything else about it is just like thumbs down, man. Like, Project Diva died for this, and it was not a good death. I have indeed thought about making some sort of big like event for my followers, but I just haven't really had like the energy or the motivation to go through with it. And especially with the Twitter suspension, the wrongful Twitter suspension that happened in very late December before the new year, has shaken the foundation of what I want to do. I've been getting stabilized again with Twitter, but I'm just worried that I'm going to get shot down again by Elon Musk's awful moderation system. So I do want to, there have been plans, definitely a lot of plans, for just having some sort of big fun event, you know, and I've had a lot of plans, and I've had some new plans recently too, like the subathon that's been brought up in one of my Twitch streams. But yeah, I'd really like to host some sort of huge event for you guys at some point. Like a charity stream would be pretty awesome. But yeah, the cogs in my mind are rolling. I'll hopefully get some sort of cool event out at some point. My thoughts on Hisoutensoku. I've never played it or any of the other Touhou fighting games before, but the sprite work of Hisoutensoku is actually like really cool. I absolutely love the sprites in the game, as well as like the like, I don't know if I'd call them sequels, but like the same fighting games that use the style of the sprites. They're so cool. I love the sprites of the games. Very, very awesome game, even if I've never played it. My least favorite Touhou game, this might come as a surprise to you guys, but I have to say it's Goyoku Ibun, which is the 17.5 installment of the Touhou series. I don't know what it is about it. I don't like the game. I don't think it's very well made, and it's the only Touhou game I don't like either. It's literally the only game I can say that I would not enjoy playing, which might come as a surprise to you guys, but you know, like, it's not a bad game by any means. It's just the worst, in my opinion, of the Touhou series, which it's okay on its own. I think dancing with not just Sakuya's dress, but a dress in general, I think would be pretty fun. Like, I mean, I know some people might see it as like weird wanting to put on a dress or whatever, but I don't know, just the thought of like just twirling and seeing the fabric just twirl around with you, it just sounds really fun, you know? So I would not mind at all trying to dance with a dress. I think it'd be pretty silly. So I'll be completely honest with you, the topic of my least favorite Touhou character. I don't really hate any Touhou character, if I'm being like completely honest. Like, if I were to do a tier list, the tier list at the top would be two categories. The one category would be Sakuya, obviously, and Sakuya would be at the top. And then the second tier would literally just be every other character, because I can't really like rank characters, to be honest. But if I had to pick a least favorite, it would be Sega. I don't know. I don't like the whole I guess I don't know. I don't want to call it a gimmick, but like the necromancy stuff. I don't know. It's just weird, if you ask me. But by no means is she a bad character. I just, you know, if I had to pick, it would be her. I think the Kanmari plush it looks so silly. Like, I would love to have one day. I'm going to put a picture on the screen right now of what the plush they're talking about is. It should appear next to the question. That's the plush we're talking about. It's so silly. It's so silly. I would love to own one day. My first date with Sakuya would have to definitely be something special. But unfortunately, unless if I plan ahead, like, I have to really plan something or to like speak out about it. So I can't exactly tell you, unfortunately. I do apologize. But I think it'd be nice, at least during winter, I think it'd be nice just to go for a walk. You know, just talk about life, talk about things. You know, none of that cliche like, oh, take her to dinner and then take her to a movie or something like that. Just a nice walk, hand in hand between the two of us, just talking about life. I think that would make for a great first date. I think. I'm not too sure, honestly. So a wedding is a very, very, very special ceremony, and it's the type of thing that would mean a whole lot to me. So whatever would happen, it would have to be super, super special. And I'd have to choose like a really, really good place. I think maybe, I don't know if this would be possible. I'm just thinking stuff off the top of my head. Maybe getting married at like near the top of Mount Fuji. All the way in Japan. Like, I don't know if that's like as near as possible that you can get to the top without, you know, like freezing to death, if that makes sense. Like just somewhere that's beautiful, somewhere that's just very pretty and gorgeous, you know, like just to capture a lot of nice like scenic photos afterwards and stuff like that. Yes, I absolutely love tea. It's my second favorite beverage in the world, actually. Only losing out to water, because, you know, water's there's literally no negatives to drinking clean water. It literally only positive for you. But like tea, I love tea. Tea is great. I'd love to try a lot of authentic, like different types of teas from across the world. Maybe, one day if I'm ever like, rich or have a pretty sizable set of disposable income. Tea is cool. There's also stuff like tea ceremonies I'd maybe love to participate in someday. I don't know, tea's cool. I love tea. You could ask my mom. She knows I consume a copious amount of tea every single day. Although, of course, she doesn't mind, because that means if I'm making a tea, I'm making a teapot, which means she gets a free tea out of it, so... So, at one point, I absolutely do want to return to Battle Cat's Ultimate content. I've just been so focused on drawing art in streaming that I just never really had the time to work on my YouTube videos anymore, which is quite unfortunate because I love making YouTube videos, It's just it takes so much energy, right? Especially after like streaming 6 hours a week, which, might not seem like much, but including the fact that I work on my art for around 40-ish hour. Well, I wouldn't say 40 hours, like 30 hours each week plus streaming. That's like a 36-hour work week in quotation marks. Because I can't really call it work because I enjoy it very much. And, I also don't really get paid that much for it. So it's not really like a job. But my point is that it does take up a considerable amount of time. Like even getting this questions and answers video out is difficult. I'm recording this question on like my day off. Because what I do is I'll finish an art commission and then I'll take the next day off as a break. And then the next day I go right back into it. And until I finish that art piece, I'll work every single day on the art plus streaming if it's a streaming day. So it's difficult to get YouTube videos out these days, but I absolutely would love to return to Battle Cat's Ultimate content. Okay, so my favorite soft drink, which, for those of you uninformed, also called a soda or a pop, is Dr. Pepper, by far. I love Dr. Pepper. I used to consume a copious amount of it back when I was a kid. I used to go to my dad's for the weekends. I'd be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I would just play Call of Duty, the entire time I was there. And my dad would always have a case of Dr. Pepper ready for me. And I'd go through 6, 7, maybe even 8 sodas every visit. I just loved Dr. Pepper, man. I don't drink it nearly as much anymore. I don't think I've had a soda for the past month now. Well, maybe not a month, more like 3 weeks, because it's not good for you. Soda's awful for you. I've been mostly drinking tea and water, which is much better for you. But if soda didn't have any negative drawbacks to drink it, you would be seeing me pound through a bunch of cases of Dr. Pepper. Mountain Dew is a close second, I'll say that. And I mean by Dr. Pepper, I mean any variant of Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper normal, Dr. Pepper cherry, Dr. Pepper vanilla. I've even had Dr. Pepper cream soda, which was interesting. I love all of it, dude. So my favorite Sakuya song would definitely be Lunar Clock Luna Dial, which might actually come as a surprise to you, because I believe a big majority of Sakuya fans are just all about Flowering Night. They just eat it up. And to be fair, I also eat it up, but I'm more of a Lunar Clock Luna Dial guy. But I like all 3 songs equally. And some people may be thinking, wait a second, Blake, isn't there only 2 Sakuya themes in the entirety of Touhou, which is Lunar Clock Luna Dial and Flowering Night, which are the 2 themes that come to the mind, people that think of Sakuya's themes. But you also can't forget the Maid and the Pocket Watch of Blood, which is Sakuya's stage theme from Touhou 6. I don't think I've ever seen a single remix of that Sakuya song, by the way. It's always Lunar Clock Luna Dial or Flowering Night. I've never seen a Maid in the Pocket Watch of Blood remix ever, which is kind of a bummer because it's actually a pretty dang good song. I like every single Sakuya song. But, I wish the Maid in the Pocket Watch of Blood got, more attention. As much as I love a remix of any of the Sakuya songs, I feel like it's a song that just needs more attention, But, yeah, basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is I like all Sakuya songs basically equally, but if I had to pick one, it would be Lunar Clock Luna Dial, which might come as a surprise to some of you. What an interesting question. Very thought-provoking. My response to that is 010724. Make of that what you will. So my favorite Bloons monkey, instantly I could tell you, is Benjamin. I love Benjamin. I just love making money in the game, dude. It's just, oh, I just love seeing the numbers go up. That's actually why I have double cash too. I like having massive amounts of cash. As for my thoughts on the glue gunner, he's really fun. I love the glue gunner. You can use him for like quite a few strategies too, you know? Like you got the glue storm. You got the corrosive glue. Like, the top half glue gunner is actually so good, by the way. Like, super good. At least in 6. I don't know about battles, too. But, and then the bottom glue gunner, you know, he's not, like, the most flashiest tier 5. But, he's still, just all cool. I love the glue gunner. Although, to be honest, I like every single monkey. Like, except the beast handler. I don't know why. I just don't like the beast handler. I don't touch him. So the way I take my coffee is, I only drink instant coffee, by the way, because I think going out and buying coffee is kind of stupid, and I don't really drink enough coffee in order to justify purchasing a coffee machine. So I'll make the instant coffee, and I'll put a little bit of milk in, and that's it, really. I don't take sugar in my coffee. I don't take sugar in my tea, either. I just think sugar is a plague upon the society, if you ask me. It's terrible. Especially like the artificial sugar, not good for you. So I just take a little bit of milk. Although if I have cream, which is pretty rare, because we usually just get milk, because we mostly drink tea in my house. You know, like we have coffee, but we run out of tea a lot faster than we run out of coffee. So we usually only get milk, because it's like deciding between milk or cream. And, you know, the most obvious one is milk, because, you know, as the reason stated prior. But if I, like, you know, have like some sort of surplus of cash and I have cream, I'll put cream in my coffee instead of milk. But yeah, no sugar. Yucky. Bad. Do not want. Thank you. So my opinions on my Discord server, you know, all the people in it, like the community in general, I love you guys so much. Because, you know, just like a year ago, even like in 2023, like at the start of 2023, I didn't really have any friends. You know, like I went out through my entire life having like almost no friends whatsoever. And then in 2023, you know, I had that epiphany about Sakuya, and I just dove straight into the Touhou community, because, you know, I've loved Sakuya for, it'll be 10 years at this point, but I never talked about it to anybody, just because there's a huge story about it, you know. When I first started on Google Plus, it was mostly Vocaloid stuff I saw. So really, I just became, because I like Miku too. Miku's very awesome. I became Hatsune Blake, and that's how I was for a good 8 years. But really, deep down, all the way down on the bottom of my heart, I wanted to be Blake Izayoi. But I was too afraid to change, right? Because I've been in all these communities, and it's like, oh, well, I built up my image as Hatsune Blake, so on and so forth, and I don't want to like get made fun of, because at the time I was in some pretty awful communities. The Surviv.io community I used to be in, there were some pretty awesome people in there. I'll say that. Like, I doubt they're watching this video, but Ratachi and Jasper are two very cool people that I'm glad I met. Like, one of the few people I consider a friend before 2023 happened. Aside from that, though, it was all just so many awful, terrible people. And a bunch of them were just racist, too. It was like a bunch of racist 12-year-olds playing a online Battle Royale game. Crazy. But anyways, aside from that, I just didn't want to change my name so suddenly. I just have people like, I felt like people would make fun of me, like, oh, well, you know, so on, so on. But I kind of just had an epiphany in 2023 that if I don't change now, and I keep continuing as Hatsune Blake, you know, I'm going to keep regretting it. So I put my foot down, I bit the bullet, and I say, you know what, this is who I want to be. I've wanted to be this person for a very long time. I'm going to finally change myself. And I changed myself. You know, I turned into Blake Izayoi on Twitter. And just like, I think it was literally just a month later, I exploded in popularity out of nowhere. I think I posted like a LGBTQ plus positive meme, or I think it was a transgender positive meme. Or I don't think it was a meme. I think it was literally just me saying that if you're transphobic, get off my account because you're not welcome here. You're a loser. And for some reason, that tweet just completely blew up. And I went from having 200 followers and being like a nobody with no friends to 1,000 followers in like, I think it was like 2 months in the span, like just 2 months it took me to get from 246 followers all the way to 1,000. It's crazy to me because throughout my entire time on the internet, I never had been that successful in such a short amount of time. Because I think it took me like, I made my Twitter account in November of 2022, I think it was. I'm not too sure. And it took me, I can't do the math because my brain's literally mush. I think 10 months to get to 256 followers. And then just suddenly changing to Blake Izuyoi, like boom, dude, like instant boost in popularity from that one tweet. And it spoke to me saying that like this was the right decision. You picked the right direction to go to change your name and, you know, finally be who you really want to be. And I found some incredible people through the Touhou community, and I was thinking, well, you know, if I got you know, all this following and stuff now, I want to remake my Discord server. I want to make it better, you know, this and that. And so I did, and I opened it, and a bunch of amazing people came flooding in. And I think our server has, I think it's like 460 people at least. I'm not 100% sure. I'm bad at memorizing stuff. But I've met so many amazing people through the Touhou community, not just through the Discord, because I've met some people by them joining my server, but I also met some amazing people on Twitch and Twitter itself, not YouTube. I'm barely active on YouTube, which is unfortunate. As one of the earlier questions stated, I don't really have the energy to do YouTube videos, although I am trying. But aside from that, I've just like Creative Konpaku, Shirino, Beimu, Abyssity, Disappointment. I can't remember names very well. Jamie, Notorious. So many just incredible people. Also, if I forgot your name, I love you too. I just have a terrible memory. I apologize. I'm just blasting names off the top of my head. Just everybody in the server is so amazing and kind, and was such a stark contrast to the people I used to surround myself with. Because they were all like meta irony, shitpost, part of my language type of people. And I was like, is this really it? Is this all there is to the internet? And you guys have changed my outlook on life as a whole. You know, I have friends. I feel loved. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I obviously feel loved by my mother. My mother's a great person, by the way. She's super awesome. She makes great apple pie. But I mean, like, loved by people that aren't family. I feel so genuinely cared about, and it's such an amazing feeling. I wouldn't trade you guys for anything in the world. I'm very happy with my community, and I'm very proud of my community for every single one of you being absolutely incredible and amazing. All of you are kind, and I'm happy to be the forefront of such a nice community. And the answer to this question has dragged on for almost 7 minutes. Oops. Sorry. But that pretty much hopefully sums up the answer to the question you had. Yes, I am absolutely a huge gun guy. I love guns. You want to nerd about guns to me? You open my DMs or ping me on server because I love to talk about them. As for what my favorite gun is, the UMP45, hands down, I can answer you that instantly, with the M1911 not far behind. But I'm just an enjoyer of any gun. You show me a gun, and I'm going to be like, oh, that's so cool. I actually used to draw a lot of gun art for Surviv.io. I should probably draw guns again at some point. You know, I think that would actually be pretty cool. I love guns. Guns are very cool. And that concludes the questions and answers video. I do apologize if quite a few questions are missing. I kind of just wanted to wrap this up so the video didn't take like 2 months to record, because as I said in a previous answer, I'm recording most of these on like my day off, quote unquote, time. So hopefully 40 questions is enough. My answers to some of the questions are pretty long too. I think this video is probably going to be around at least 40 minutes, which is a long time. So I'm definitely going to add like, what's it called? I'm trying to think here. Oh, I forget what it's called. Like chapters. I think that's what it's called on YouTube. And yeah, thank you. If you watched every single question, you sat through the entire video, you are amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Or even if you just like looked at 1 or 2 questions and zoomed right to the end, I just appreciate you looking at my content in general. So thank you very much for watching this video. As for the people who didn't have their questions answered, I'll probably do some sort of questions and answers for 2,000 subscribers if we ever hit that point. So, save the questions for then. And I'll try to limit the question period so I don't get like 5,000 questions and I only answer like 10. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope the questions and answers video was good. I have 2 more videos planned. I don't know when I'm going to get them out, but they are planned at least, and that's better than having nothing at all. But that's really it. See you guys later. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really does help. Like, I mean, I know every YouTuber says that, but for like small people like us, it really does help. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Goodbye. Bye bye. Sayonara. Goodbye.